I really hope this rumor's not true. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another Stranger Things Season 5 update. So I'm here today because the potential release date might have been revealed. I'll talk about what I mean later in this video. Before I get into it, though, be sure to hit that like button, comment down below your prediction for when this final season of Stranger Things will hit Netflix, and of course, subscribe to that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. It would mean a lot. And if you want extra content, you can find that over on my Patreon, where I do weekly live streams and got lots of fun stuff planned over there. You can also watch every episode of Stranger Things with me. I did commentary tracks for all the episodes, so go check it out if you haven't already. So as we all know by now, Stranger Things Season 5 has been officially announced to have a 2025 release date, as made official on Stranger Things Day in 2024, when we got all 8 episode titles revealed in a video. And at the end of said video, we got a coming 2025, but still no actual date has been announced, just the year 2025. Well, some recent rumors have sprung up online on the good old Twitter, or X if you will, that could indicate when Netflix is actually dropping this final season in 2025. And I want to emphasize, these are just rumors. None of this is set in stone. I personally don't even believe this to be true. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on the matter. So according to this Twitter user, they examined the code of Netflix's website to discover the release date of Stranger Things Season 5 to be on November 27th, 2025. Now this date's not just some random date, it's actually Thanksgiving here in the United States this year. Thanksgiving's on a Thursday every year, so Thursday tracks for Netflix's structure of releasing their big shows lately. That's the new day of the week they love to drop their shows on. Additionally, this code claims that the season is not set to release in volumes, but rather all at once, like the first 3 seasons of the show. So this is a lot to take in, and none of this is fact. This is all based in rumors and speculation still, but I'm still going to share my thoughts on this potential release date if it ends up being the case that we get it on November 27th. So, if Stranger Things Season 5 were to drop on Thanksgiving, November 27th, I honestly would not be a fan of this release date, for various reasons. First off, Thanksgiving is a busy day for everyone. We're spending time with family or friends, whether it be cooking, eating food, watching football, just watching movies, or going to the movies. Thanksgiving is a major holiday here in the US. It's all about spending quality time with loved ones, and so if this final season were to drop on Stranger Things Day, all 8 episodes, that would kind of detract from that. And I feel like it'd be really difficult for as many people to carve out time to watch the final season. Like, that would be an all-day affair for people, so that would directly impact the viewership for Netflix. I truly believe it would be a mistake because it would hurt the first day views. Now, tons of people would still watch it, myself included, but it would take away from the casual fan tuning into Stranger Things. He'd be like, oh, I'll wait a couple days till the holiday weekend's over. Now, Stranger Things is no stranger to dropping seasons on holidays. In fact, we got season 3 on July 4th, the 4th of July here in the US, and we got season 2 a couple days before Halloween in 2017. So again, 2 of the 4 seasons that have released right at or around major holidays. So I wouldn't be shocked if this was the route they went of having it near Thanksgiving, especially when you consider the fact that based on what we've seen from the season itself, whether it's a behind the scenes image or, you know, a Ross Duffer post, this season looks to be taking place around Thanksgiving heading into Christmas time, so it would be fitting to drop it around then anyway, just to line up with the real world calendar. But honestly, the major reason that I don't want this season to drop on November 27th is because that would be missing the golden opportunity to drop the final season on November 6th, Stranger Things Day, only 3 weeks before the proposed date of November 27th. This year's Stranger Things Day, like I said, the date is always November 6th. Well, it falls on a Thursday, so that lines up with Netflix's structure of release for their biggest shows. And it is quite literally the day that has been devoted to solely celebrating Stranger Things for years now. And the first episode of Stranger Things begins on November 6th, 1983, canonically, when Will Byers is taken to the Upside Down. So everything lines up perfectly for this final season to drop on the day that we have all set aside to celebrate Stranger Things. Why not give us the final episodes on that day? It would just be a match made in heaven, and I feel like it would be such a missed opportunity not to take advantage of that, especially with it being on a Thursday, so it lines up with Netflix's release strategy. I can't come to understand why they would not want to drop it on November 6th. I mean, I've said this time and time again, but it would be the perfect way to bring the show full circle, with it ending on the same date in the real world where things began canonically in the show itself. I mean, you just can't get better than that. You can't. Plus, we're talking about a 3-week difference here, 21 days between November 6th and November 7th. So if it comes down to the VFX work, I feel like that and all the post stuff can be done by November 6th, because you got to think, well, there's a premiere that's probably going to happen, and early screenings might be set out to press early, and that's probably going to be at least a week before release. So let's take it back to, say, November 20th at this point. It's going to be done by November 6th, in my opinion. So why not just go ahead and drop it then? If you have it done, give it to the fans on Stranger Things Day. But just speaking for myself here, personally, I'm pretty against them dropping this final season on November 27th, Thanksgiving. I don't want that holiday to be consumed by Stranger Things. And I love this show more than any other show. It's my most anticipated thing ever. Of course, I want it. If it was done and the opportunity was there for it to release earlier, I just think it'd be smarter across the board. Plus, you get into that actual week, and for me personally, again, I've got my birthday on November 29th. I'm a huge college football fan, and that's like the rivalry weekend. So I would much rather have like all of that weekend that's like built in every year for me to look forward to. I'd rather just have that be its own thing and get Stranger Things a different part of the year. Ideally November 6th to start that month, giving it time to grow as well, because if it comes down to viewership, in my opinion, I think that this season would benefit from dropping on Stranger Things Day, because it could have no competition with holidays, other big movie releases, or any of that. Just drop on November 6th and then have its time to have long legs with viewership. So by the time Thanksgiving does roll around and families are together, there's going to be discussion about what's the big show, what's the big movie. Well, the talk of the town is going to be Stranger Things Season 5, and it might actually get more people to watch it around that holiday season by having released on November 6th. On a semi-related note, in 2024, we had Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2, originally slated to release on Thanksgiving. However, it ended up being bumped up to November 15th, so about 2 weeks earlier than it was initially slated to release. So maybe Netflix looked at that and said, oh, that's actually Thanksgiving, we're going to bump it up, because they realized, hey, we might not want to drop anything on that day, especially if you consider the fact that there's already a competitive market with people going to the movie theater and sports being big, specifically NFL football. So maybe something similar could happen here with Stranger Things Season 5. They come out and say, hey, we're going to drop the final season on November 27th, and then a month or so passes and they realize, actually, we're not going to do that. Let's drop it a little earlier. Cough, cough, Stranger Things Day's right there. I don't know how they don't see it. It's like this blinking sign saying, drop on this day, please. I don't know why they wouldn't do it that day. But regardless of whatever happens, this is all speculation, and I wouldn't put too much faith in the final season dropping on November 27th. It just feels too out of left field. There's something fishy going on. I'm not trying to discredit the Twitter users that put this information out there, but how do we know it's not a fake graphic? Who went in and coded Netflix's website? It seems a little fishy, a little suspect to me, to be frank. Like the graphics I shared here from that Twitter account doesn't seem like it's really based on anything too concrete. So I'm really treading lightly here, and I'm suggesting you do the same. Like until I see something official from the Duffers, specifically Ross on Instagram, or like the official Stranger Things social media accounts that gives us a set in stone release date. Insert month here, insert day here, 2025, I'm not gonna buy it. Until I see that graphic, I am gonna say we just don't know for sure. So take all this with a grain of salt. I just saw this rumor out there, wanted to talk about it, wanted to give my 2 cents on it, but I don't think that's when the show is actually going to drop. Could it make sense? Sure. Netflix has a track record of dropping Stranger Things around holidays, and Thanksgiving is a big one, especially if the season itself takes place around Thanksgiving to Christmas. I could see it being the case, but I just think they'd be missing out on that November 6th date. And honestly, they might still go the volume route. This is a big enough show, they might want to spread it out to gain more subscriptions if we're going strictly business mindset here. They could go October and November, September and November, August and November, who knows? But at the end of the day, no matter what the release date is, I will say it should have been November 6th, or thank God it's November 6th. No matter what they do, I am an advocate for November 6th being the day to drop all 8 episodes. But whatever happens, happens, and I will be sat on Netflix the moment these episodes start streaming. But that does it for this quick little update video. I just wanted to fill you guys in on what's going on social media regarding Stranger Things. But do you guys buy this rumor that the final season's gonna drop all at once on Thanksgiving? Do you think it's gonna drop on Stranger Things Day? Do you think it's gonna drop on a day that we haven't even mentioned yet? Do you think it'll be all at once or in volumes? Let me know all this and more in the comments down below, and hit that like button, subscribe and hit that notification bell, and stay tuned for more content coming very soon. And if you wanna see all of my Stranger Things autographed Funko Pops, I actually showcased them in a recent video called My Movie and TV Show Autograph Collection. The last portion of that video is devoted to Stranger Things, so go give it a watch if you've wanted to see sort of my Stranger Things stuff behind the scenes. Like, I showcase all these pops behind me. I got some over there. Go give it a watch. It's a real fun video. It's a laid-back 30-minute long vid, so go check that out. I'll link it up above. But that's going to do it for this specific Stranger Things update. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you on the other side of the Upside Down.